Oh, man, we've arrived from the corner of Texas and Main Street, Texas and Main Street in Crowley, Texas. We are flying low today on Central Standard Time, and it is 9:35 in Texas. Dude, James Irwin, you made it here this morning. Good to see you, bro.
I didn't think the time change got me all messed up.
Fouled up?
Got me all fouled up. I showed up all early today.
Yeah, you were here at like 4 in the morning thinking that the time change moved 5 hours.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I hadn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, everybody that knows James knows that he shows up to the office at 5 on the dot every day.
He's a lion, bro.
Yeah, I go right back to sleep, but I just like being here.
That's cool. So you were smoking brisket first thing this morning on your new grill?
Ooh, yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we can get into that later.
James has a new grill, and Steven has a new grill too, Diamonds in the Teeth. Steven, how you doing, bro?
You see him? I'm a SoundCloud rapper now. I'm doing great, JC. How are you, sir?
I have enough content for a Spotify album. I'm ready to
Yes.
go. Bigger than Dallas
My
over here
mixtape.
to my right, Mr. Big Brother himself, my man Lane.
Hey, Lane!
Sit down. Everyone take their seat.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
All right, y'all be seated.
I got it.
Let's do this.
There was a standing ovation that started to ensue, but Lane has asked that everybody please,
Out of respect for him and his family's
Keep your
privacy,
seats.
yes.
take
keep
your
your seats.
seats.
That's it.
And if the oxygen mask drops, put it on yourself first. Is that right, Lane?
I've read that before.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah,
why
I've
are we
read
supposed to put it on ourselves first?
That's interesting because our natural tendency is to be selfish. So I don't know why they would have to tell us that. You
Yeah,
know, we're
I-
all born selfish.
I thought that was already kind of baked into the idea. Like, I'm going to help me before I help anybody else.
Seems like our society
I'm
nowadays.
taking the kid next to me's mask.
That's it.
I'm gonna put 2 masks on.
Double the O2,
You're like, I'm supposed to
04.
put that on first. I don't know what you were doing.
Give me your raft
I need
too.
to put it on first.
So you don't need 5 masks on.
Boy, this oxygen's great.
010.
Okay, so the first thing that we like to do is we like to give a shout out to everybody tuned in to our vodcast portion. So some of you consume this as a video podcast on Facebook Live, and we love the people that do because you are grown in audience. You have now hit the over 1,300 mark. Our Facebook Live audience is now over 1,300
Wow.
deep. And so that is nothing to be forgotten or just breezed over. I mean, thank you to those who continually support us on Facebook Live and watch the video content of this. I think the video probably is better than the iHeartRadio or Spotify. I like that part.
I don't know, dude. I record a pretty good podcast. So
You do. You do. I listened last night on Deezer.
yeah, how was it?
First time I've ever listened to our podcast on Deezer. I got to say that was pretty cool.
Which one was it? Was it Trey Gilliland or Frank Cheek? Which?
I went back and listened to Muhammad Shabazz.
Oh man, what a great show!
Dude, that was actually
What a
an
great
awesome
show.
show. And it for some reason when I was on Deezer, I listened to Muhammad Shabazz, and it sent me right back into Jason Castro. I don't know. They go out of
Hey.
order, like they ping pong on Deezer.
Hey, that was episode 001, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jason Castro took a risk, man. He
Forever
had no idea
Texas.
what could have happened.
Yep.
And he was our first guest. He crushed it. And by the way, shout out to him. Forever Texas is now charting.
Dude, what a cool song!
Dude,
Yeah,
unbelievable.
that's a real good song.
So proud of our boy Jason Castro.
That's it.
You know, we've got a lot of previous episodes on here I'm pretty proud of. So if you're watching live today and maybe this is your first time to ever tune into the Local Legend Show, go back and look at some of our past episodes. You can subscribe now on
Is it-
iTunes.
What does it cost?
To subscribe on iTunes, James, what does that cost?
Um,
We're selling multiple packages, I think.
yeah, I think it doesn't cost anything.
Oh, we're
think
giving
it's-
this away
What
for
about
free.
on Android? On iPhone, it costs something for sure. But
Yeah, on
Samsung,
iTunes.
free?
No,
Yeah, for sure.
so we haven't monetized the download yet.
Okay.
What's
No,
better,
so we're good.
like Android or iPhone, to listen to podcasts on iTunes?
Oh, probably Android.
I would think so too.
100%.
Yeah, I think Android's probably a little better streaming quality. What do you think?
He's mad about it over there.
Oh man, James is bitter.
I'm gonna
Dude,
be
what did I
steaming
do?
over here.
I just upset James, man.
James is. I
All
think James
right,
is gonna
well,
quit.
let's go ahead and
Good
wrap
show,
up the
everybody.
show.
All right,
It was a quick show
We'll
today.
see
Tune
y'all
in next
next
Tuesday.
week.
All right, let's give some shout outs in the comments. Dude, this is awesome, man. We have one of my favorite television show guests on today. And this is dumb, okay?
How dumb?
It's on a
How
scale of
dumb
1 to
is it?
10. This is a bit called
How dumb is it?
All right, how dumb is it? On a
Hey.
scale of 1 to 10, this is a 7 that I didn't know that Lane actually lives in Burleson now.
That's pretty dumb, Jonathan. Hey.
Oh my gosh. All right, so back to the comments. Randy Irwin says, "Hi, Steve."
Hey, Rando.
And Kylan Killin Salazar dropped an L in the comments. So Killin Salazar is in here live. Erica Marie Tucker says, "BB fan for life!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. I've been watching BB since season 1. Erica Marie Tucker.
See how much weirder it'd be if there was question marks instead of exclamation points right there?
Yeah.
That'd be very confusing.
It'd
Yeah,
be
it
like,
would be,
I've been
yeah.
watching BB since season
2
1
or 1.
or 3.
Have you?
Haven't I?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Shout out to you, Erica. Thanks for tuning in this morning. J-Nan Warren Brown
Hey,
says,
Mommy.
BB fan, comma, here, exclamation point. So Aunt J-Nan is a BB fan.
She is.
Jane Ann, I appreciate it.
She's a huge BB fan, and she's a fan of the Comma Splice, apparently.
The comma splice was well placed there. I'm wanting to know, is BB Backstreet Boys? We have a bunch of Backstreet Boys fans in
I
here?
want it that way.
That's BSB.
Oh,
Oh, that's BSB.
BB.
yeah.
Absolutely. So BB must be
BSB.
like Red
Yeah.
Ryder BB guns.
Yes, my mom's a huge P1 of the BB gun.
Okay, good.
She likes to kill squirrels. She hates the squirrels.
Yeah.
I hate squirrels
You
too.
ever eaten
man.
Hates
squirrel?
I have.
You
yeah.
have eaten squirrel.
Yeah, I'm from Jacksboro. I think
He's
so.
from Jacksboro, Texas, where squirrel
We're growing up
casserole.
on squirrels and Coors Light.
Wow.
Dude.
I know.
I heard this might be a rumor. So we do have a comment here.
From here. I mean, that's-
No, it really isn't.
yeah,
no.
we're like in 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
It's just,
You need to
ahead.
talk straight into the mic, is what one of the comments is. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
you, Lane. Please talk straight into the mic so I hear those beautiful vocals ring out from the depths of Jacksboro. Wow.
Oh,
Very nice.
Depths of
The depth.
Jacksboro.
that's deep.
I heard a rumor. This was about Jacksboro, Texas. I heard last year that the city flower is the squirrel casserole.
The squirrel casserole.
That's the flower.
Yeah, that's the city flower of Jacksboro.
I thought it was a scissor-tail flycatcher, honestly.
That's definitely
That's
the city.
what it
That's the
is.
city
Yeah.
casserole.
Yeah, the city casserole is the city.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Rita Berryow says, "Big Brother fan, swirling hearts emoji. Hi Lane, smiley face, and everyone else."
Hey, where everyone else?
Hello, Rita. You want to give Rita a shout out right there?
Rita, how are you? I appreciate the swirly what was
Hearts.
that?
Swirly hearts, yeah.
Swirly
The
squirrels.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
And Erica Marie Tucker says Burleson is the quote unquote all caps it place now.
I think she means IT, like
Oh,
the new Silicon Valley.
oh, okay. The new
I
Silicon
Yeah,
heard
Valley.
IT
that.
place.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the
That's
new
what I
IT
hear.
Louis
place.
Vuitton too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's very true.
Aunt Jane Ann has now threatened all of us. Make fun of me, and I will delete my posts!
I
Exclamation
dare
point,
you
winky
delete your
face.
posts.
Share
Wow,
it
this
before you
is
delete
great.
it.
We're
All right, moving right along. Here we go. So, Lane, tell us just a little bit about the journey. How did you get involved with Big Brother? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? How did that whole process start? And what year was that for the people who are watching that may not know?
Oh shoot, the year I think it was around 2012 maybe. So I didn't get recruited. I had to take the long journey, and
Oh, no.
so
You
I
have to
don't.
go sing in front of all the judges.
Yeah, yeah. So I sang.
that's a no from me, dog.
You didn't start out touring in a van and
It's
get
a
found?
bit pitchy.
No. Yeah, actually, I went to, I was single, and I grew up watching MTV and Road Rules and all that.
Oh, yeah.
so
Oh,
it was
yes.
very fascinating with the whole
TRL?
Yeah, yeah.
Carson Daily Live?
I did. I watched all that growing
Road
up.
Rules. What was the other one? Real World.
Real World.
Yeah.
So, I had this opportunity. A friend in Dallas said, "Hey, there's this reality show casting at my building. You should come try out."
Okay.
It was not Big Brother. It was called Face of Vegas. And if you made the show, once you got to Vegas, they'd end up telling you, like, hey, it's not Face of Vegas. It's end up being True Beauty. Are you as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside?
Okay.
So they call and they're like, hey, we know you're beautiful on the inside, but we just don't think you're good for this show.
No, you're kidding.
Wait a second. That's kind
You're
of a
kidding.
backhanded
Yeah,
way
I'm
to
kidding.
say.
Okay. All right.
Your
Wow.
insides are beautiful, but
Oh, my gosh.
But
dude.
no, I did meet a casting director through all that, and they said, hey, keep up with this. We do a lot of casting. So one time on Facebook, I've seen Big Brother auditions downtown Fort Worth, and
Nice.
I wrote them and said, hey, what's Big Brother and where do I go? And they said, you'll be perfect for it.
No way.
That's it.
So I stood in line downtown
So
Fort
were you
Worth.
the only one that stood in line that day?
No, it was during the Arts Festival.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. They had
What? Dude, Art Festival in Fort Worth is like thousands.
oh,
Yeah. So was it kind of hard to tell where the line was and where?
Oh, it was.
I'm here for the Big
sure.
Brother line, and you get face painted by accident.
Well, there's a big banner that says Big Brother audition, so
Oh, okay.
everyone's getting in line.
Of course.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm there dressed up in a button-up, sweating, and I'm like, "What is going on here?"
All these art weirdos.
Yeah, I went and got in the tent, and
Because that was
Start
like
there.
May, right?
it was.
It was
yep.
hotter than crap
Mhm.
in Fort Worth during.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, the process was very, very long.
Are you allowed to
Super long.
share the process?
Oh, of course, if anyone's willing to listen.
So you go into you're in the line.
Yeah.
All right, and then they say next, and it's Lane's turn. What happens from then?
So they, you go in this. They had a little pop-up tent, right? And they had like 4 chairs. So 4 other people were in there with you, and they ask you simple questions of, "Hey, what's your favorite past Big Brother contestant?" Well, I didn't
Bunky.
watch Big Brother.
Yeah. All of them.
yeah.
What's your favorite book of the Bible? All of them.
How do I pick? It's like asking me to choose between my kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real hard to pick.
Yeah, I was googling it in line while I was in the auditions, and to figure out.
Kind of what Steven's doing of you right now.
Yeah.
He's like, what
Oh,
do I
yeah.
ask Lane?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Who is
Yeah.
this guy?
I know he's from Jacksboro. He likes squirrels.
I thought he was on TRL. Crap.
Crud.
So you're Googling it in there, and did you say a name of a past contestant?
I did, yeah, Jesse. Yeah.
Is there a
said
Jesse, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a vowel. I like to-
Jesse?
Well, there's a lot of Jessies, so I just picked the odds that there would be a Jesse.
yeah, of course.
The
Jesse
female one.
And Ashley and
Lindsay.
yeah, Lindsay. You know.
So yeah, you go through that whole ordeal, and then they say, "Hey, if we like you, then we'll call you back." And later on that day, they called me back and sent me to Las Colinas, where you actually go in and you film with cameras,
Oh my gosh.
and then they send that off to California.
So what was that place
right.
called in Las Colinas where they did a ton of TV
The
shows?
studios
like on-
at Las Colinas.
Yes, the
Yeah.
studios at Las Colinas. They did like
RoboCop.
RoboCop there. They did some of Dallas was filmed in there. They did. So that's probably where you were at the studios of Las Colinas.
I was at the golf course. What's that golf course there?
Oh,
The,
Four
Four
Seasons.
Yeah, Four Seasons.
Yep, yep.
Rest in peace, Lord Byron Nelson.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, go to the Four Seasons." They didn't tell you what room or nothing. And then someone will come there, they'll get you, and they'll bring you to a room. And they brought me to this suite and cameras and lighting and
Was
everything.
Brittany in there?
No, actually, I had no. You know, you don't know who the other contestants are on the show all the way up until you move into the house. You know, so
Oh my
you can try
gosh.
to gather.
I
you
didn't know that.
Oh, it's stressful, right?
All right, welcome to Big Brother season 25. You and ISIS.
Oh my gosh. Okay, back to the comments.
The Egyptian goddess Isis, not the.
Erica Marie Tecker says, "Y'all are killing me!" Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! With a LOL emoji.
I
Thank
like
you,
that.
Erica.
Thanks, Erica.
I wonder if you're watching live on Facebook, drop your comments in here, and we'll get some questions for Lane. If you have any questions about how TV works,
How does TV work?
there's an on-off button.
That's about it.
But if you want to know more about this, just comment below, and we'll get some of your questions to Lane. Lane, are you willing to answer some questions from viewers today?
I'm very willing. I'm
Love
ready.
that.
But is he able? He says he doesn't.
No, I
like...
practiced last
Okay,
night.
okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So you go in there, you tell him Jesse's your favorite contestant. All of a sudden, you're shipped to Las Colinas to the home of the Byron Nelson golf tournament. You're in a big suite. What happens then?
So yeah, they kind of ask you questions of who's your favorite past house guest, and they have weird questions. I mean, of who are you, what's your favorite things to do, and stuff like that, to try to get your personality.
Sure.
And then they ship that off to California, and then basically they say after that, hey, if you don't hear from us in 2 weeks, then you probably didn't make the show.
Okay.
So 3 weeks go by.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're thinking.
Oh yeah, that was fun. You know, I never expected to make it anyways. It was just a fun deal to go experience. And then at I want to say probably 12:30, 1 o'clock at night, I get a phone call.
Somebody
and
fell through and they needed to backfill it with you.
Oh man.
they said, "Hey, do you know anyone that is good looking that could probably be able to make this show?" And I said, "I do. It's me."
It's me.
Yes.
No, they just come.
Oh, he's delivered that with such a straight face. For those of
Yeah.
you watching, not able to watch, you're listening on iTunes or Spotify. This was delivered in a way that I believe that's actually what they said.
I think that's what exactly happened.
Hey,
yeah.
hey, Lane, do you know anyone good looking? Because we had someone drop off.
They called you to see if you knew anybody.
Do you know someone beautiful on the outside?
Let me
and
give you
not
their
the
number.
inside?
Oh yeah.
We want that guy.
So they literally called you in the middle of the night, Texas
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, so they called me in the middle of the night and they said, "Hey, can you be on a plane at 6:00 in the morning?" And I
Right.
said, "For sure." So
Oh, my word.
they had me a plane ticket, and I went to DFW and flew into California, and then got a car, and they picked me up and took me to actually the hotel first, and then the studio. And I want to say it's over there by Universal. It's in Burbank.
Oh,
so
it's
they
the
film.
it's the Warner
Hollywood.
Brothers lot.
Yeah,
I lived at
Hollywood.
the Oakwood Apartments right next door to that.
Oh, okay.
Like I could see that lot right out my door. Yeah.
yeah. I lived in that hotel because they sequester you before the show. So for 2.5 weeks, I lived in the hotel right next to Universal Studios.
Oh yeah. That yeah.
You couldn't watch TV or anything?
No, they take everything out of your room.
What?
They did give me Play-Doh. And
That's
coloring
it?
books.
Play-Doh. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I told
So
you to
just
be
a snack
creative.
on.
Wait, do they
Said do not eat.
Oh,
do they
man.
take your technology away to be on the show
Yeah, they take everything
for the whole season?
I'm
for
out.
the whole season.
Yeah, dude.
Are you out?
There's
already?
no
I'm out.
TVs.
I'm already out.
There's no phone. There's nothing.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
So you don't know news and world
Nothing.
world.
What if your dog dies?
I didn't know where LeBron went.
Oh my
What?
god.
That was
Yeah,
when he took his
that was-
talents to South Beach.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. He was.
Or-
I didn't know where he was going when I moved.
Oh.
LeBron James.
That's
You
where
didn't know
he
where
went.
he was?
He was either going, I want to say, to either the Cavaliers or he was leaving the Cavaliers during that time.
Or on the sidelines of the Dallas Cowboys game
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He does like
because
to
he's
go
been there a lot.
Has he?
Yeah, he's a big Dallas Cowboys fan.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Why
Kind of
does-
like
why
that
does he
guy
like
that was
the
in the house
Yankees
with
too?
you. That dude in the house with you has that Cowboys
Oh, that
tattooed
tattoo?
on his upper shoulder.
So yeah, Reagan. He's
Oh.
actually from here, and now he's. I think he still is a professor at a big college up there in California.
Dude, so your nickname your nickname was the Beast, right?
It was
How did you get that nickname?
from a New Jersey guy that I didn't understand.
He was in the house with you?
Yeah.
Hey.
Enzo,
Is that him with the black hat
right
on
there.
backwards?
Look at him. Look at him.
Hey.
Look how
Look at this
Obviously.
guy. Hey.
Nice fedora, dog.
He's
So he gave you the
funny.
name the Beast. How did that happen? I don't understand. The whole
Well-
time they were referring to you as the Beast. I was like, where did this? What episode did I miss?
Well, he's big on. I guess. Well, when you go to
Oh.
Sorry, I thought that was
when
gonna
you
be
go
funny.
to New Jersey, everyone's got nicknames. You know, his whole family. You got Little Head. You got
Long neck, wide neck.
yeah, everyone.
neck.
Long
Line.
neck.
So
Wide
he wanted to quickly solidify an alliance and then give everyone names real quick. So yeah, he's the Beast, the Animal, the Meow Meow.
Meow meow.
In
What are those dudes
The
on
brains.
Jersey Shore's names?
I know there was what Paulie D.
Paulie D was a nickname.
The situation.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, in New Jersey you get like nicknames.
Hey.
Did he have one of those haircuts?
the situation.
Yeah.
No, Enzo.
Enzo. Did he have like a pompadour?
What kind of name is Enzo?
Italian.
What kind of haircut?
Enzo Ferrari.
We mean?
Okay.
Oh, like the spiky hair.
Yeah, like the blown out. Looks like he got.
He tried.
Yeah,
He tried to have it.
So
that
Couple
was still
days.
going on back then.
what do you think will be the most difficult part about living inside the Big Brother house? I mean, what was
Yeah.
Going in, yeah. What's
Going
your
in.
biggest fear going in?
We always said prison was better than that. You know, what you don't see on TV is
How bad it
all the
smells.
downtime.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's
So
gotta
much
be it.
downtime. Yeah. So you had to have a strict schedule, or you would go insane. You know.
Where was it? What city?
Burbank.
That the house was in Burbank
Yep,
on
it's
the
right
Warner
there in
Brothers
the-
lot?
Yep.
Oh
yep.
my gosh.
So,
Could you leave the lot?
oh no,
You
No.
couldn't
You're
leave the
in
lot?
the house, bro. You're
And
like
how long?
locked in this house.
3 months,
3 months, dude.
and then 2 weeks prior to moving into the house, then count that and then sequester. So yeah, right when you get the key and seeing that you made Big Brother, like they take your cell phone, they take everything away
No
from you right
way,
then,
dude.
and you don't
6
get it back
months of
for-
that.
And then it's just the Hunger Games, whichever one of y'all
Oh,
lives.
yeah.
You're the only one that lived.
I was like 100 and something days without my phone, anything, not talking to any of your friends, family back at
Were you
home.
married?
I was not.
Did
my
you still have
God,
to
no.
pay your bill?
How much weight did you lose?
No.
Okay.
No, you get a stipend each week for going on the show, whether
Nice.
you win or not. And if you make it to, I think it's final 6. After final 6, they all make jury, right? So they go on to a mansion and they live on until the end of the show, and they get their full stipend. And I don't know exactly how
You
much.
got
it was.
runner up though, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
So you were in the mansion?
No, I never.
He was
went.
last.
So I was
last 2, man.
Yeah. So I was at finale, so I never got to experience a mansion. Thank God. I would never.
It's not
Dude.
what you wanted to do.
I mean, I try to vote myself out day one, you know, and
So-
no one would go along with it. They're like, no,
Bro, take me out.
You got yourself So you got yourself into this, but you didn't realize, you were like, man, I want to try out for a show. You get to the show and you realize, dude, they're taking all my technology and it's going to be months locked in this house. At what point did you like literally have thoughts of I want out?
Oh, I would say probably call 3. You know, after they flew me out to California and you do this big, they put you in this room full of, I want to say there's probably 30 other people in there, and it's a little desk, right? And they give you this big paper of psychological stuff to start filling out, right?
Yep.
And then one
Like what?
Are you crazy?
Suicidal.
Yes,
Are you crazy?
Are you from Texas?
Oh, shoot.
Oh man,
Right.
That's a big liability.
you had to lie to say that you weren't from Texas. You had to tell them you were from Jersey, that your nickname was the Beast.
Yeah. Well, I wanted L Train. They didn't give me L Train.
Weak.
Yeah. Isn't L Train seems like fast and
No, it's weak that they didn't give that to you.
Oh, L Train's
Yeah, bro.
strong though.
No, it's
strong though.
strong to quite strong.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, so you went there in cast 3, you're like, dude, done.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it was at that time I was like, this is getting too far.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I went into it as having fun, and then now they're asking me serious questions, you know. So yeah, after the California deal and what was and being in this room with 50 other people, you know, all filling out this test, it's really quiet, no one can talk. And then one by one they'll bring you across the street to do another interview. Well, they come and get me and they bring me across the street, and granted, you're in a studio set, right? So where they film everything. So of course, I mean, I'm from Texas. I've never been in there, so I'm
Right.
looking around and I'm like,
Thor walks by.
look, Horatio was walking there at one time. You
Horatio
know.
Sands.
Yeah, the one with the sunglasses, and he's on what's that TV show? Miami something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
CSI Miami.
CSI
Horatio.
Miami.
Yeah.
That Horatio.
Yeah.
Horatio Sands.
I'm walking.
Nice.
SNL.
Nice callback.
Whoa.
Deep cut.
That's a
there.
deep cut.
So yeah, they take me across there, and I remember there's these stairs that lead up to another door, right? And my handler, we have to sit. We're down by the stairs, so he was like, "Hey, do jumping jacks, do something to get yourself ready for this interview." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So I started doing jumping jacks, and then I remember the contestant in front of me that was interviewing, he came out, and then one of the producers or something looks out the door. And they're like, we hope this next sucker's better than anyone else because we haven't found one daggum person we liked.
Oh, my gosh.
So I was like, oh, God.
Pressure's
So then
on.
you're like,
Yeah.
time to
Here
get
we
lit, Daddy.
go. Okay.
Liddy.
So, yeah, I go up these steps and go in this room. And the room's really dark, right? So you can see, you know, figures of people in the back in chairs.
Sure.
A whole lot of them, right? And then they have these big cameras and lights shining on one stool. You know,
gosh.
obviously that's where you go sit.
Kick that stool over.
Oh, yeah.
Smash it to bits.
So luckily, right when I walked in there, I seen a guy wearing a Texas Longhorn hat, and I was like, "Game over,
Game over.
game over."
Common ground
Oh,
found.
yeah.
Hook
I
'em
walked
up.
in. I walked in and said, "Hey, you could own CBS. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. You don't ask me a daggum question. I'm a Red Raider." And God,
Oh,
and God intended everyone to be Red
boy.
Raiders because we all fall and bleed red.
That's it.
And they
You let 'em
they
have
ate it up. They
They
ate it up.
loved it.
Yeah. So
That's what got you the gig.
answer the questions, and then you go back to your classroom filling out paperwork, and then they come get you again if you made that cut, and they bring you across the street to meet the high-ups like Julie Chen and a lot of those cats.
Les Moonves.
Yeah, And
Harvey
you,
Weinstein.
And you do.
Ooh.
Harvey was there. You know, we
Uh-oh.
did a little fist bump.
Oh, I hope
Oh,
so.
no.
I hope
Oh,
that's
we didn't
it.
do that.
I hope
Take
that's
that.
all.
we,
Okay.
no, we didn't do that. But no,
That's-
Rest in peace, Harvey Weinstein.
that's sad.
Wait.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. So
We just laid out
you're
on
at
James.
this stool there. So there's a stool in the room.
So yeah, well, you go across the street and you do that exact same interview, but you're interviewing in front of, you know, like Julie and a lot of those people,
yeah.
right? So did the exact same interview, the same questions, same everything, and then you get done and you go back into this room with 10 other people now. It used to be 50, now it's down to 10. And then they do their interviews, and you get back in the golf cart and you drive across the street, and they put you in a taxi and go to the motel, right?
Okay.
right.
Well, I got all done with mine. I get back in the golf cart, and I get back to where my taxi is, and this kid comes up to me, and he's like, hey, I don't know who he was, an assistant to someone, right? And they're like, hey, I can't tell you they made the show, but they love you. And so what we did is we upgraded your hotel, and you don't have a taxi, you have a town car.
Wow. Yeah.
And here's your town car. You can just go do whatever you want tonight.
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah, so did that, and then went home the next day.
That's it. That's what he did. He went and hit switches on Englewood and Compton.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
like, "Where's Coco Bongo?" They're like, "That's in Mexico." I was like, "What?"
Can we go there? I'm a VIP now.
Yeah, I got a town car.
I was in the movie The
Take me to
Mask.
Coco Bongo.
Oh my gosh.
I want to meet the tigers that are in the movie The Gladiator. Like, where are they at?
How do you think you got upgraded?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know if. Here's the thing: like, they love Texas people, right, on
Yeah.
TV because, we don't. There's no rules to us, you know, and we've
Right.
grown up way different than a lot of those,
Yeah.
cities and all that, especially California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Or an easy target
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's the
Texans
thing,
are a
yeah.
real easy target.
Oh,
Locking
for
their
sure.
doors and like.
yeah.
Wait, you don't
Oh,
lock
yeah.
your doors?
Oh, you lock your doors?
Okay.
I don't even use batteries for my ring, but
That's
I still
it.
have it.
Whoa.
That's
Hey.
it. No, I don't even have a door on my house.
So season starts. You have this stool, and what happens once you sit on the stool? And I mean, you told him who's boss. Red Raiders.
Oh yeah. So that interview went fine. There was a couple other questions. One question is how best describe yourself.
Okay.
And how would y'all describe yourself? I'm trying to explain it in a way that obviously I think Southern people would get, but in a way that would intrigue someone else's mind and be like, oh, well, I didn't expect that answer.
Yeah.
Another question was, what's your biggest fear? What are you afraid of? And so the first question to best describe myself, I said, well, I'm a meathead that loves puppies.
Exactly.
So how do you put two categories and
Yeah.
splice them together and know, like, hey, he's no joke, but look how soft he is.
He's a
Yeah.
meathead.
looks so
Meathead that loves puppies.
He looks so
That's
nice.
it.
That's how I describe Steven.
I like puppies.
Do
Yeah.
you?
I like them. I wouldn't say I love them.
Do you make gains in the weight room?
I try to make gains
Yeah.
with a Z. Hashtag.
Yeah.
I
Hashtag
like that.
gains.
Hashtag
Don't
gains.
take a puppy to the weight room.
Yeah,
So-
they frown upon that.
Yeah, they do,
Yeah.
for sure.
So as you leave this room, you knew that okay, I probably made it.
Well, I knew I killed it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I killed that.
You had them
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
You had them intrigued.
For sure.
Your answers were way curveballs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They were
So
swinging and missing.
That's it.
They loved it. They ate it up. So, after the whole interviews, flew back the next day. Well,
To
actually,
DFW?
I didn't fly back. I did not fly back the next day.
Uh-oh.
They came and got me, and they take you to a physical to do physicals.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Because you're about to go through it.
oh yeah. So
Can your body hang?
went and did my physicals. They
Who
checked.
wants a body massage?
Did you get a body massage at your physical?
No, I did not.
Oh, dang it.
They checked my eyesight, and they're like, "Well, you're legally blind in California, but Texas, you're okay."
So
And I said,
dominant.
"Well, I appreciate it."
Holy cow. Okay.
Legally blind in California.
Wow.
He probably.
Wow, you're so dominant.
Oh, there it is. That's
yeah.
the one.
I was wondering.
I was holding time until James got it.
So yeah, I get back home, and then they say, "Wait It's always wait 2 weeks. If you haven't heard from us in 2 weeks,
Right.
then you didn't make it. They never tell you that you make the show.
So at that point, you're like,
tease.
okay, I've been out here 3 castings.
oh, for sure.
That was kind of fun. If I don't make it, no big deal. It's been a fun ride.
Oh, completely. Yeah.
2 weeks later, phone rings, I guess.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, phone rings and says, "Hey, we're sending a camera crew down there to film you
In Texas?
in Texas."
And you were in Denton at the time or
No,
Jacksboro?
I was living in Decatur.
Decatur?
And, yep. And my parents have a little ranch in Runaway Bay.
Okay.
That
Hey.
we were doing cattle and everything out of.
Is that by Massey? What's that? Ooh, there's a tractor place in Decatur.
You're not from Chicago, that is not
Okay, yeah.
It
Moving
wasn't
right
in
along.
Chicago.
So yeah, they said, "Hey, we're sending a camera crew. Doesn't mean you make the show. This is just part of the process. They film everyone." So we go out to the ranch and they film me, feeding cattle, cleaning horse pens,
Doing Texas.
doing
stuff.
yeah, obviously. And then, but anyway, so I was feeding some cattle, and the key came out of the bucket, and that means you made the show. So then, yeah,
Oh, wow.
they get the key. Well, but backstep before we even started filming, right when we got to my ranch, they take your phone right then. Before you
Oh
even
my
get
gosh.
the key. So they said, "Hey, let me have your phone."
So you can't tell anybody if you got it.
yeah. So
Okay.
they take control of everything.
Take your razor right
Everything.
away from you
Yeah, yeah. My charger,
in your charger.
they didn't get that.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "You're gonna need that
You will. You have to run to CVS.
10-foot one."
10-foot cord.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you head back out there. I'm trying to play this out. I'm getting to the question where you arrive at the house
You're
for
milking
the
a
first
cow.
time, and everyone knows we're going to be on Big Brother for sure.
Yeah, that would be.
About 2 weeks
Are
later.
we there yet?
we're close there. I know this process is so
yeah, it's long.
right?
I'm still with you though. I'm
so
right
you're
here.
milking the cow, and the key came out
So,
of the cow, and
feeding
that's
the
how you
cows.
knew. It fell into the bucket. That's
Yep.
what you said.
And one of his Santa
Shot out of the
Gertrudis,
other.
one of his Santa
Yeah.
Gertrudis ate the key. He had to go fish it out of its ruminant
So
stomach.
elaborate.
When
So
did you first meet Brittany is another question, but we're not there yet. So you get to the house.
Yeah, after the whole filming, and I get the key. They take me back home, and you do some filming in your room, like packing clothes, and
Get
they
the
ask you-
key. I'm not with you on the key piece.
So the key is a Big Brother key, right? And it has your name on it. And it's if you get the key, then that's when you know you're the next contestant on Big Brother. You know,
Huh.
that's
Got it.
that's their thing.
Yeah, it's not like a
Yeah.
key.
Oh, it's a presentation key.
Yeah, it's
It's
Yeah.
like the key at the
yeah.
closing table with those
Yeah.
big Providence title keys.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, it's
My big
oversized.
brother is awesome.
So you go through that whole filming some more on packing clothes, and then they put you in a hoodie, and they said, "Hey, here's your handler."
Does it look like this?
Are they still lying to you, telling you that
Yeah.
you're not on the show yet?
But it has
Big Brother.
It's got
key.
your. It's like white, isn't it? And it's got your name
yeah,
down
ours
there.
was blue.
Blue. Okay.
Yeah,
Still
white
have it?
blue.
blue key.
I do. Yeah, I
nice.
still have it. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff on there.
So the key meant get to LA as quick as possible. You're on the show.
I'm going back to Cali.
Well, you actually you have a handler right after you're filming.
I got you, Steve.
You've got this guy that follow you around, and he's your handler. So you go to the airport, and you're not allowed to talk to anyone. They give you a book to read, and you just keep to yourself. And because they're trying to hide you from public in case someone might see you, you know, to know who the next contestants are.
right.
So
Oh,
they
my
take
word.
they take me to California. They take me to the hotel, and they bring me upstairs, and they dump out my whole bag, luggage and everything. Start going through it while I'm answering questions to this other lady, and these 2-3 people are just going through your luggage, everything,
Smelling it.
throwing out colors, throwing out your clothes, saying that don't look good on TV. That don't look good on TV.
Wow.
Well, I wear a lot of black and white. You know, that's just. I mean, I don't wear a lot of colorful stuff.
Yep.
So they had to call my mom, and mom had to send clothes and everything back. So you're in this hotel room. The little peephole in your door is taped. You have no TV in there, no phone, and they give you a little pop-up DVD player that you're supposed to watch the previous season, watch that whole season.
Why are they going through your luggage?
To make sure he's not smuggling stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any drugs,
flip
phones.
any
Like
Flip
the way they
phones.
do when they get drugs across a border.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's not muling heroin.
Okay.
Yeah.
into the-
Mule-
Did you have
anything in a
anything? Were you
balloon?
smuggling?
I didn't have anything. No.
Okay.
No, all I had was after they take your whole clothes, they leave you with just a couple stuff that you can be able to sleep, you know, in the bed with,
Yeah.
and pajamas, and then you would have a handler that would come by in the morning and a handler in the afternoon.
I don't like the handler, and I don't even know him or her yet.
They're nice people. One of them played. We played coloring books together. The other one we did Play-Doh stuff.
They're turning you into a 9-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Into a
They-
robot.
They brought me food.
Imagination.
Yeah, I have the. So I'm in. I want to say the 30th or 40th floor in this hotel. So
Right.
I'm in there
Oh
for
my.
2 weeks. No communication.
Jump
I only
out
get
that
to talk
window.
to 2 people. Oh yeah.
They bring any beer or anything?
Nothing.
Oh man.
You had
No.
no snacks. You had no iPad. You had no
Sober.
nothing.
No.
You were away from and unconnected to the
Yeah.
world for 3 months.
Well, they try to get you ready and prepared moving
That's
into
the thing.
house
Yeah,
prior,
yeah.
right? So they
Conditioned
wouldn't-
to,
Yeah.
to be able to live without that technology.
I just did
This
this.
is-
I
this is
just did
boot
this last
camp.
week for 5 days in Tennessee with my wife, like a digital detox. And dude, it was awesome. It was very awesome. Matter of fact, at the end of 5 days, I was like, don't even give it back. But 90 days?
Yeah, it's tough.
Boot
Yeah.
camp.
It was like
Yeah, it's
100
boot camp.
something days I was there, but yeah, I would say living in sequester was probably the toughest. You know,
What
because,
is sequester?
it's the 2 weeks that you're in that hotel before actually moving into the house,
Mm-hmm.
and in midway of that 2 weeks, they have what they call media day. So they come get you out of your hotel room.
Oh,
and
I've been through this.
you have a handler that brings you to the Staples Center, and you go in rooms, start doing interviews, correct?
Just like a press junket type thing.
Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
presser.
Yeah, to get your name out there
Sure,
for people to
sure.
know who the next contestants are.
Oh my gosh.
That
Well,
sounds more like a
They had to
depresser.
put us in situations so we don't see who else is going to be on the show, right? You know,
Yep.
they don't want me to see that you're going to be on the show. So they'll put you in a closet if they hear that, okay, hey, so-and-so is coming down the hall.
closet.
Okay, hey, move Lane over there in the stairwell.
Here comes Enzo.
Did they ever,
way! I gotta come over here and do this presser.
You heard his voice, like, I don't like that guy. Did they put a bag over your head at any time, like you were a hostage?
They did, yeah. So they put a big blanket, a huge blanket that would wrap
An
you up.
invisibility cloak.
Yeah, yeah. The technology they have is insane.
I'm telling you, Hollywood. You think it's all special effects, but it's legit.
No,
That's
for
crazy.
sure.
It's legit. California's crazy with that stuff.
Man. So then, at the end of 2 weeks, do you know how long it's going to be before you're like stuck in the thing? Hold on, I got to come back into frame.
Get into
there
frame.
I am.
There, Jay.
Do you know how long it's going to be? Or are they like, are you losing track of days?
Oh, they don't tell you anything, you know. And I don't know at that time, being in sequester, I don't know when I'm moving into the house.
Still don't even know if you're on the show yet.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
And I'm thinking the whole time, like, this is going to be an all-guy season. Watch that. It's going to be an all-guy season. I thought they was going to do some kind of funny thing. But
Man, no hot chicks. It's all dudes.
yeah, you get up to the
Weak.
point to where they take you across the street and they say, hey, today's the day you're moving in. And
Dang.
you go get in this line with other guys that now I get to see the other guys that are going to be on this season. But that was it. There
So
was-
you thought your fears were coming
yeah.
true? Oh man, it's
Yes.
sausage party. Here we go.
for sure.
Okay,
What does that mean?
means protein party. There's a lot of
Like
meats
hard
and
eggs?
cheeses. Yeah, there's
Like-
somebody's doing barbecue and a lot
Pork
of Earl,
chop.
Earl Campbell's smoked sausages.
I like that guy.
So I
guess
heard
I-
that you can
I
be
guess I get
expelled
that.
from the house. There's certain
Yep.
rules that expel you from the house. Did they go over those? Do you know what any of those are?
I don't recall them going over with me. Now they could have easily done that, and I just forget. But yeah, you can definitely get expelled. You know, hurting, injuring, fighting.
Yeah,
We had all plastic silverware, so we really couldn't do a whole lot.
But there's like a winner. There's a female winner and a male winner.
No, there's just one winner.
Oh, so you're against the females too?
Oh yeah, yeah, the whole house,
Wow.
16 people, and I mean the theme of the show is: are you willing to steal, lie, cheat for $500,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
$500,000.
Yeah.
oh,
And so, okay, walk us through the first day on the
Oh,
show.
man.
So you move into the house, and you got to quickly find your bedroom, right? So you can put your bag on it and say, hey, that's my bed. That's where I'm sleeping.
Dibs.
Because they got 16 people that's moved into this house that only has 2 bathrooms.
How many
oh,
beds?
Man.
And it's got, well, sometimes they'll play a trick, right? Big Brother will give you 10 beds with 16 people. So you want to be the first one to go claim your bed real quick.
Right.
And you want to figure out who's also claiming their bed in there, you know? Because
Right.
you start the game right when you move into that house, right?
Oh
So
my
your
gosh.
mind's already thinking like, sketchy, I don't know about him. She's gone. She will definitely get rid of me. You know, so you're already looking at
Sure.
that way. So you find your bed, and then everyone gets acquainted and talks to each other, and then you sit down on the couch and you do a toast, and you go around the room and say, hey, you know, what's your job and where you from, kind of deal.
Sure.
And then it's game on.
What did you learn? What did you learn from it? I mean, did it give you endurance? Did it? I mean, it had to build something inside of you to be at what James is, you know, piggybacking off what James said, boot camp.
Oh, for sure. No, it brought it. I learned a whole lot, and it actually brought up a whole lot I never knew I had.
So it was
You know,
kind of therapy in a way.
It was, and in a good and bad way.
Okay.
You know, but I guess any therapy is really not bad. You know, it just depends on how.
How in a bad way would you say it brought up things from the past you didn't know you had?
Well, you go into this house a regular person, right? And when you're in this house, there's just cameras, you know, following you
Constant
around.
surveillance.
Constant, 24/7, 24 hours. They, you know, you got live feed people that can watch you sleep, eat, everything, right?
After Dark. That's on Showtime.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
yeah. It used to be HBO,
Big Brother After Dark.
uncut.
Uncut, uncensored.
So there's some sexual encounters.
I don't know.
They would like to hope so.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Did any of that happen on your season?
I think so,
Hey,
No way.
you think I didn't get
Yeah.
any? Hey.
but I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
Enzo.
go around and be like, "Hey, are y'all
Right.
are
you
y'all
don't know
are y'all
what's going
sexual encountering over
What's
there?"
the deal?
Well, I just wondered
That's
because the
true.
house quarters are so tight. Do you see what's going on?
No, but you can hear it. The walls are super thin.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
a
it's studio. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing:
Nice.
you don't want to be caught either having a relationship in the house because then you've got a target on your back.
Right,
You know,
right.
so you'll be the first two to go. If you're dating someone over there, or I think you are, hey, put those up. Put those two people up.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I got a
See
question
that.
for you,
I can
Lane.
see that.
What was the hardest competition you did on the show? I know Big Brother's famous for its crazy, weird competitions. What was the hardest one you can remember? Or the one that challenged you the most, either mentally or physically?
There's quite a bit, right? You go into that house and you think that, oh, I'm going to dominate, right?
Right, right.
There's obviously going to be some stuff like a puzzle or something like that you got to think real quick, and I'm not Johnny on the spot with that, right?
Okay.
But anything else, I was like, oh, okay, I'm ready for that. And they were no joke. I mean, TV might show them a lot different, but I would say probably the surfboard, and I was the first one, I think, first or second to fall off that.
What was the surfboard for those who didn't see the
So
surfboard?
the surfboard, you're basically against, say, a wall, and you're standing on the surfboard, but you're only standing on maybe 12 inches of it sticking out, right, of a wall.
Oh, my
is what
gosh.
it looks like. And then, so nothing to hang on to against the wall.
How
And
high up are you at this point?
I want to say you're probably 8 feet, 10
So
feet.
you're
in the
not
air.
you're not a foot off the ground. You're not within stepping distance
No.
of the ground. Yeah.
You're that high.
Oh yeah, and then the surfboard is coming in and out of the wall, right? So you're on your tiptoes and you're trying to
shoot.
stay on this, not holding on to anything.
What's
while
below you?
The wall is also moving and tilting.
Oh, that would make me
while they're
nauseated,
spraying
dude.
stuff on you and throwing stuff and everything on you to distract you. That was
Shouting insults.
Oh yeah,
Just-
yeah. Look at you, your shirt's untucked. Look at you, you look like a mess.
Oh my gosh.
Look.
What are you doing right here in this video?
That's Enzo.
Enzo.
That's Enzo.
He's
again.
adjusting
He's an
insurance.
adjuster. Look at him.
Is that ropes? Is that
Hey.
Yeah, so those ropes are entwined and entangled and tied between all those other ropes, right? And I've got to quickly take
There he
and
is.
Hey, there he is.
untangle it. And once you get it all entangled at the very end, you hit the buzzer and you win.
okay?
So
What
yeah,
was Brittany like? Were y'all homies?
we were. She was a very, very funny chick, and she's from Arkansas, so we kind of
Had that southern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And actually, me and the guy who ended up winning Big Brother, Hayden, we became so close at the very beginning because when we're introducing each other, and I'm like, "Hey, my name's Lane Ellenberg. I'm from Decatur, Texas. I'm in sales." Well, Hayden was like, "Hey, my mom lives in Decatur," and I was like, "No, this is Texas,
Oh, my
Decatur,
gosh.
Texas." And he's like, "Yeah, that's where I went to school. With Tarleton." I was like,
Oh,
"I'm-
no kidding.
I'm here at Burbank, California on Big Brother, where I think they had like 75,000 people audition for it, and they picked 16.
Whoa.
And one of these cats is from Decatur.
That's
And
incredible.
No, they did
Did
that
his
on
parents
purpose.
own
Tarleton.
McMaster New Holland?
Do what?
Did his parents own McMaster New Holland?
No, his sister is married to Cliff Cooper.
Oh my gosh,
Roy
small
Cooper's son.
world.
Huh.
Yeah, so
Who is Cliff Cooper?
So y'all hit it off right away.
we did. Yeah, so we made a final two right then and there. You know, real quick, like, hey, I got your back, you got my back, and
That's the
Made it
key
all
to
the way to the
winning.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
have
yeah.
that.
Get an alliance, lock your shields together, and go.
And
Oh,
then when
for
it's
sure.
just you two, kill that guy. At the end, you know?
so after me and him made the alliance, I went to Enzo and I was like, hey, this guy over here, we need to get him out.
That's it.
Just like
Y'all got Enzo out?
No, Enzo was part of the whole alliance where we stuck to the final end. Yeah, we wanted to
Wow.
create this silent alliance that no one knew about. So that means,
Right.
How did nobody know about it if you're on camera and mic'd
They
all
went in
the
the
time?
bathroom and
oh,
talked
we didn't
about
tell
it.
anybody.
Okay. So there's times that you could whisper quiet enough?
There's times where people sleep, and that's when we're trying to figure out.
after dark.
Or like people might be swimming in a pool or playing pool or doing something, you know, working out.
You'd go into the
outside.
water and do sign language to each other, and that's how you pass secret messages.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
We had a sign like, "Hey, dryer, washer, meeting."
did you ever get put on the slop?
Was never slop.
You were never slopped?
I never got picked for slop. Yeah.
What's that?
It's like a punishment meal that they have on Big Brother. It's slop. It's gruel or
It's like
porridge.
oatmeal.
It's like
yeah, kind of.
bird feed and mixed.
Did you see
in
this
with-
episode where
no.
Lane and Brittany were literally wrestling like he had her in a headlock? What was going on there?
I'm guessing he had her in a headlock.
Yeah. So we joked around a whole lot, and I want to say that would get me in trouble too. Going back to the whole Texas and how I grew up and stuff
Right,
like
right.
when you see someone, I guess, putting another female in a headlock, a lot of people are like, "Oh, okay, he's obviously aggressive or something like that," right? But Brittany, the people inside the house understand that. You know, that's just her demeanor. But from someone outside looking in,
You're the bad guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, there's something wrong with that cat or something."
Oh, that's
right? I would change so much stuff if I went on the season. Right now. I would not do good on any season right now.
Yeah.
You know, but
I heard they just signed season 22 for next year.
yeah,
So Big Brother will be back on if you're a Big Brother fan.
Everybody's a Big Brother fan.
Yeah.
for sure. And
Slop.
so yeah, I would. You know, I talked about spotlighting.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you're in that house, everyone's a good person, right? They're all normal people. We're all normal, you know, but you're put into this environment that is not normal that you would never think in your wildest dreams that
Right.
you'd be able to part of.
What is it driving you? Was it literally driving you crazy?
Well, not being able to talk to your family, your friends, not knowing what's going on in the outside world, and you wake up in constant stress because it's just like you and I all chit-chatting in here, and I think we're buddies. You think we're buddies. You know, we're chitting.
Right now, I'm thinking about how to get Lane off the show, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
This
Oh, yeah.
episode?
This
I'm
episode.
trying- James, you want to form an alliance and get this
Yeah.
Lane guy off the show?
You want him off the podcast, James?
No, I mean not like but if it means $500,000, yeah.
Okay, so y'all are working.
We're in cahoots.
Hey, Lane, me and you got to knock James out.
Oh, easily. Washer and
There's
dryer.
$500,000 in it
Hey,
for you.
Jonathan,
washer and dryer.
Jonathan, you want to get this guy James on?
I'll go in with you.
All
right. Show came to an end real quick there. I guess James is at the helm. I want to be on an alliance with him if he has that kind of control.
I got all the power right
He's
here.
got all the power.
Whoa, whoa. What other buttons you got over there?
Who you dating?
Oh, yeah. Well, now this is happening. Oh.
Oh, and Steven just dropped the
Who's got the power now, boys?
That's it.
So you come in and
Oh, yeah, the master.
you said that there's some things that it taught you that you didn't know you had as you're going through therapy. Name some of those things that kind of were realizations for you.
Well, I grew up a big sports family, right? We started sports really early on in my years, and it was just sports, which I loved it. And I agree with. I think it's. I think kids should go through either sports or some kind of discipline because it teaches you discipline, it teaches you rules and stuff
Yeah.
like
Teamwork.
that. So, you know, other than trying to be a pro athlete, I think the sports really does help out with these children.
I agree.
But
Yeah, I
everybody
do
wants
too.
to be a pro athlete, and all the parents think their kids can be pro athletes.
Oh,
It's
for
just,
sure.
Oh, my gosh, whatever.
Yeah, it's
They
tough.
can play basketball and dance.
That's my daughter.
So what did you learn?
Not really.
Well, I learned. So I grew up a very shy kid too. You know, so really stepping out of my shell and doing a national television show was a huge deal for me personally.
Really?
Yeah, and
You didn't look shy on the show while I watched it.
and getting out of there, that it opens up a whole new. Which they tell you before getting out, right? You go in a no one, you come out, and millions of people have watched you.
Sure.
Right.
So they let you know, like, hey, if you go to the mall, if you go to these places, you might get approached.
Just pulling tail.
Yeah.
flipped it
Did you
around.
get a lot of that?
It was yes, we did right after, and we had to do
Like
we
in
had-
2012, you couldn't really go anywhere without
it
getting
was
some
it
sort
was
of.
pretty insane, yeah. And
You go to Hofbrau.
For like
and
two-
too many people are like, hey, man, Lane doesn't like to wait in line. Right this way, sir.
Don't you know who I am?
so it was I want to say for a good month, I would say once a week we had to meet with a psychiatrist or someone to talk to, depending on how long you made it on the show.
This is post
Afterwards?
show.
Yeah,
Post
afterwards. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, right afterwards to get you, I guess, I want to say
Back into
acclimated or-
society.
yeah,
Probably what? Yeah,
to
exactly.
get you prepared because you're living in this house for 100 days of constant stress. You know, you're waking up, who's backstabbing you?
Dude, not worth it.
Are you chit-chatting with me to get info for your own game, or we're chit-chatting and then you go off over there by the hammock and you start talking with, say, Brittany.
You come out
And I'm
extremely
like-
so cynical about it.
Yeah, I'm like, what are they talking about?
You
They
don't
talking
trust
about me?
anyone.
Oh, for sure. So they don't want you. They want you away from like arguing, and they tell your family that, hey, don't argue in front of him. You know, he's just. It's
He'll
really
vote you
on
out.
edge. Yeah.
Has any of
Sorry,
that?
Mom.
Play the game.
Hey, Dad, listen, I think Mom's really not
Has
gonna
any of
work
that
out.
shown up in your current life? Is there things you have to check yourself on and be like, oh shoot, I'm sorry,
Ooh, yeah.
I
like that.
digress.
It teaches a whole lot about yourself on things that you should change and not change. Right. It highlights every insecurity that you might have
Oh
think
wow,
that you had. Right.
highlights. Wow.
So when you get off the show, and of course you're not used to people coming up to you and taking pictures. So if we go out to dinner or something, I would always have this weird insecurity, anxiety that would pop up because I'd always feel like someone's staring at me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
You know?
you've been literally videos
Yeah.
for 24 hours for 3 months. So
Yeah.
It's been happening.
that
for 3
conditioning's in there.
And then they ship you off with all the other reality shows, and they all do the same charity and the same events and stuff like that. So you're thrown into these meet and greets of thousands, of hundreds of people coming up wanting to sign your, an autograph, pictures, and that's not me. I went on the show just for fun, ended up making it, and
Yeah.
making it really far.
Right,
So
right.
that brought up a lot of weird stuff in me that I had to cope with, and I did. And from coping that, it made me super strong with either sales or speaking and not
Right.
feeling uncomfortable.
What came from it positive, like opportunity wise, right after the show, or maybe still opportunities that you're seeing today?
Opportunity wise, obviously, if I'm in the oil field, so I have a oil field service company and
What's the name of that oil field service?
Central Energy Services.
I like that
Oh,
cap.
yeah.
I like that shirt.
Appreciate it,
sweet.
my friend. So that it helps out with that. Obviously, if someone has seen the show, then it's an easy icebreaker for me to feel that comfort between us two to be able to hopefully use my service.
And a trust factor too. They're like,
Exactly.
oh yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
I know how
That's
he
cool.
works. Yeah.
Yep. He backstabbed Hayden
Yeah.
and Enzo. Like,
Yep.
I hated those guys, so
don't
good
give
for
him-
you, bro.
Don't give him any work.
I was pulling for you, dude. I thought for sure you had it in the bag. When it went into like the final 4, I was like, dude.
Hey,
And
what about me?
selfishly,
Hey.
I'm like, dude, this cat's from North Texas. I hope he
Oh, for
wins.
sure.
Yeah, you got that hometown factor. That's for
What do you
sure.
think caused you to not win?
Oh, man. Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't think I was going to win either way.
It looked like
So-
you had it in the bag in the last 4
So
weeks.
I was
Hayden-
competing for number 2 in my own head because Hayden won
You
the
had it, yeah.
competition
Hayden
and
was
everything.
Hey, there goes James.
What? There you go. You got Brittany in the headlock there. What do you think?
Pop on her back.
What do you get for second place?
You get 500, or I was about to say 500,000, 50,000, and
Not a bad payday.
a handshake.
Ooh, that is a bad payday.
Did it lead into anything else, like any other opportunities with maybe
Like other-
Universal or
yeah.
other TV gigs?
You
or
get some people reaching out and everything, but no, I didn't lead in any of that.
no late night shows? I guess Hayden got late night shows.
Hayden got Survivor, and I forget who else.
Would you do Survivor if they offered it to you?
I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
Yeah,
See, I don't think I'd do a Survivor either.
yeah.
It just seems too raw.
It is pretty raw. Which Big Brother, I'm learning more, getting to have this access to the backstage,
Seriously,
behind the
dude.
scenes. I didn't realize how
You
raw
don't think
this
about all
was.
this.
You want another one?
Yeah, you got another one of those waters?
Right here.
Unopened, just
Ooh,
for
appreciate
you.
it.
If you were ever offered the opportunity to mentor someone who was offered Big Brother, what advice would you give to them prior to them going out to
And they
try out?
made the season. And
See.
they're going in.
Yes.
Don't go in with a plan. Have no plan because it changes right off the bat.
Okay.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt, I'm sure.
So the plan,
The plan is have no plan.
did you go in with a plan?
I did not.
Okay.
No plan.
What other advice would you give?
Enjoy your time. Try not to be, I guess, so caught up in it where you think that's your whole world
Okay.
because it's not. It's just a small period of time that you're
Feels like a
fortunate to
big
have.
period of
Yeah,
time
yeah.
at the moment,
Oh, yeah.
but looking
Yeah.
back, it was just a blip.
And just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any speaking engagements out of this?
I maybe a couple, early on. Not obviously not now,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we've got to introduce Roger Kreger out on stage.
That's
nice.
cool.
Yeah, and
Copenhagen.
nothing else. I can't think of anything I major.
Yeah.
Did you go on Oprah?
No, we
Jimmy
didn't.
Fallon?
I wish.
No, that was
That was Hayden.
That
We
was
just
Hayden.
talked about Hayden got quite a bit. He got Survivor, and Hayden also got late night shows out of it.
Wow.
So
That's crazy. Sorry, I had to pee so bad. I'm not trying to brag, but I've never
that
had
was
to pee
a
that bad.
that was a
I've gotta use the
brag
restroom
right
too.
there.
Yeah.
well, cool, man. For the people watching today, is there anything else that you want to promote? You got Central Energy Services. Why don't you tell just a little bit about what y'all do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, with Central Energy Services, we have wireline trucks, slickline trucks for the oil field. So yeah, if you have anything downhole that you need fished out, for sure, keep us in mind.
Are y'all based out of North Texas?
We're in West Texas and North Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do people find your company online?
So our website's being developed right now. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Central Energy Services, LLC.
Dude, that's awesome.
Love it.
Man, today's episode was so informative. I didn't realize what kind of access we were actually going to get. This
Dude,
was a big
is
deal.
huge.
And I didn't realize how hardcore Big Brother was. I mean, for you to just make it, because I know that one thing that I'm interested by, and I want to go here for just a minute, the people who are on the show that bow out. I mean, some people bow out. How do you tap out?
Oh, for sure. There's a red button inside that you can hit, and you can say, "Hey, I'm out," or
That's it. I'm through.
a sickness or something like that. Then you're able to leave. But if
you get sick, can you come back?
You cannot. Once you leave the house, there's no returning.
I was reading last night. There's been 272 house guests. Do any of you guys do anything together?
Yeah,
I mean,
do you
is that
keep in
like
contact?
Is that a
Do you keep in
brotherhood?
contact with anybody?
We do. We all keep in contact with as best as we can. We all
Sure.
live different areas.
Just your season, or like the whole 272 house guests?
The whole every season, right? So we're all Big Brother fans,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're on the show or not on the show, and we all pick that individual that we like watching. And so for me, yeah, I get to go meet that individual sometimes.
Oh,
you know,
cool.
especially if they're here in Texas.
Right.
Like Cliff Hogg, he was on this last season. So
Oh, dude, love Cliff.
He had an event, so we went and met up, and he's just a stand-up, really good guy, and I like talking with those type of people.
That's so incredible that it spans other seasons also.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it becomes a kind of a fraternity or a
Yeah.
social group, whatever. But I think that nobody thinks about that. Everybody thinks, oh, they really hate each other
Right.
in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on with, I guess, another show, The Bachelor. You know, Bachelor Nation.
Oh,
all those
we do.
contestants are friends, and
My wife loves Bachelor.
oh, dude.
She loves it.
Well, that man, I just want to say thanks so much. I know you got a big gig going now. Central Energy Service needs you, and you got to get back to that. I thank you for taking an hour to come over to our
No,
campus.
Thank you so
Sure.
much, Lane.
It was,
Be on
it was
the
a
podcast.
pleasure. It was a pleasure.
It's amazing because I had no idea the number of people that would be interested in Big Brother contestant, but we've received so many emails, so many messages of excitement of you being here today, and you
Today
know,
went fast. I
Yeah.
feel
It really
like.
did.
It
really
did. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the show today that that are tuning in. I mean, hundreds of people watching, and I just appreciate you taking your time to come over.
It was
Shane-
a pleasure.
Yeah. Shane
We
Blay
gotta
was
have
late
you
to the
back.
show. Shane Blay was late, so I told him we'd start over, so we can
You want to just start the whole show over?
we'll start the whole show. Is that cool with you?
I'm good.
All right,
Okay,
let's start
let's
here.
do
That
it.
was a
From the
test
corner
run
of Texas and Maine.
Live.
from Chicago, Texas.
From Chicago. You're not from Chicago, bro.
You're not from Chicago, bro.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans watching today?
Hey, I appreciate you tuning in, and of course the local legends. I've been keeping up with y'all every now and ever since y'all have reached out, right? And
Well, thanks.
I've watched y'all stuff. You're legit.
Thank you.
I appreciate the invite.
Really
and
appreciate that.
People tuning in. We're all Big Brother fans, right? And I always
Absolutely.
would love the opportunity to sit down and give the insight of what really goes on in there, because it is a fascinating, intriguing thing to a lot of people.
Yeah, there's so much you don't know
Oh, yeah.
about. You just see the 16 house guests in
Yeah.
the house, and that's it. But there's all that backstory I never even.
And it's always the
Considered.
main question is, how do you get on the show? How do you do that?
Right.
Well, there's no answer to that, right? It all depends on those producers and what type of show they want to cast for that season, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could be the perfect person, and if you don't get it, doesn't mean that you're not the perfect person.
Try
it just
again.
means try again.
But
Yeah.
if you're from Texas or Jersey, you probably got a leg up.
you got
Hey.
yeah, you got a couple legs up right there.
That's
you know?
it.
But
Couple.
if
Couple legs.
I mean, they're going to pick the biggest dodo out of the group to put on TV, right? You know, so
Oh,
I
of
love
course.
the meathead that loves dogs comment. I think that's probably the turning point in your life that sold you.
it was.
That's
So
what I'm gonna say whenever I go on.
My
gonna try that?
career has taken off tremendously ever since the meathead. that loves
Meatheads
puppies.
that loves
That meathead
puppies.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, well, I
What's
got to
your
say,
book title.
Ellen's
that's
using
probably the title
it.
of your book.
Memoir.
I think it's going to be in the next John Wick. So he's
Ooh, yeah.
For
They actually, Lane's story is what inspired John Wick. I heard.
yeah.
we got to get you one of those movies. Get you killed by John Wick.
How incredible would that be?
Till you get murdered by Keanu.
Like I tried to be the stunt devil for the tigers in the movie The Gladiator, but they're like, we don't
no,
need
no.
a stunt tiger.
Those don't even exist.
Yeah.
You ever heard of CGI?
That's not even a thing.
Yeah.
Well, John Sipes Jr. and Shane Blay said they are in here and they watched the whole thing. So thanks so much to you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next Tuesday, 9:30, 10:30. Same time, same place.
Same back
Different
time.
guests, though. Know a lot of you enjoyed today's show. If you did, comment below.
share it.
Lane will hang out in the comments for the rest of the day and respond to some of those for us. You guys have been awesome, man. Thanks for coming over.
Absolutely.
Dude, it's great to meet
Thank
you.
you so much,
I
brother.
appreciate it.
For all of your real estate needs, you can find us right here at the Jonathan Cook team in Crowley, Texas. And if you have anything you'd like to say about today's shows, the comments are there for you.
Yes.
We'll see you next Tuesday, 9:30 to 11:30, 9:30 to 10:30.
Hey, there you go. We're not going 2
Hello.
hours.
On behalf of James Irwin and Stephen Brown,
Hey.
Hey.
episode 033 is in the record books. See you guys next Tuesday.
Peace.